Welcome to the channel, Lake District and Langdale. And today we're going over the two well-known hills, Cold Pike and Pike Blisco. But we've both done them before, so they're not actually the main objective of today. The main objective is to do some Birkett bashing. So we're going over to Stonesty Pike, little stand, and then on the way over to Cold Fell we're doing the far west top and the west top, and then Cold Fell and Pike Blisco. So let's have a quick look at the route. Right, so we're on the farm track to Stool End Farm, and as you can see up there, look, there is some brightness up on Wrynose Pike. I mean, it's still looking a bit grim looking down Langdale. Hopefully the forecast will be right for it to clear up as the day goes on. So over there, looking over my shoulder up Mickeldon, it's quite nice up there, isn't it? Hang on, look, and you just see Pike Stickle as well. Yeah, it's nice up there. Let's hope we get the sunshine where we're going. So we go up to Stool End Farm, and then once we get through Stool End Farm we turn off left. We're not going up the band. That takes you up to Three Tarns and up towards Fell and the Crinkles. We're going to stick down in the bottom of Oxendale, then we cross Oxendale back, then we go up by Browney Gill, which is steep going up there. It's a decent path though, and we get up towards Red Tarn, and then we turn off right and go up below. Is it Brown Pike? It's another Birkett up there, but we've done that. So yeah, should be good. So on we go. So that's looking up to Pike Blisco, which has just got a bit of wispy cloud on it at the moment. So hopefully that'll clear. And straight in front of us to the left of this tree, that's that Birkett that I can't remember the name of. And we scoot kind of below that. And straight up looking at that's up to the Crinkles in the Clag, and then that's the band. Like I say, it takes you up to Three Tarns and up towards Fell and Mickeldon, looking nice. Wrynose Pike to the left there, and then there's two Birketts to the right. Is it Brown Crag and I can't remember, but we've done them. We did them last year. Pike Stickle there. Right, onwards we go along here towards Stool End Farm. So that's us through Stool End Farm, and this here, that's the path that goes off up the band. We're not going that way. We're carrying on down here into Oxendale. Oh, look, the hills behind me they've cleared the lower hills there, so hopefully the high fells will follow suit. And there's nobody coming this way actually now. Right, down we go. So we've just crossed Oxendale Beck, and if you stay on that side of the beck, there's a path takes you up there. There's another little footbridge up there, and that's by Warney. Is it Warney side Ghyll? There's a little waterfall and plunge pool up there, and that's another way. If you don't want to go up the band, you can go that way up to 3 times. I've been down that way before. It's quite nice. There's part of the Ghyll up there, I think is it called Hell Ghyll, which is quite dramatic. So our route takes us up there. I say it's steep, but it's a decent path. I can't know if I've been up here once or twice before. Right, this is going to have to come off, I think, before we start climbing. The sun's out now and there is quite a bit of blue sky around. The crinkles are still clagged in up there. Hopefully it'll clear. Right, take my coat off and get ourselves up here. So that's looking up, I think it's Warney Gill, and that waterfall's coming out of the bit known as Hell Ghyll. I think you can just see the start of the crags behind it, and above that, still in the cloud just, that's Wrynose Fell, and then the crinkles. We're going up here. Charlie putting me to shame as usual. So we're making good progress up this path. Like I said, it's steep in places, but it's a good path. Rocks are a bit slippy in places. We're doing all right. That's a lovely view over my shoulder. Look down Langdale, and then over there, look, the Langdale Pikes. So I think we might be lucky with the views. It is steadily clearing is the clouds. Wrynose Fell's almost clear now. Some of the crinkles have cleared. Right, up we go. So the gradient's eased a bit momentarily now, and that there's the one I couldn't remember its name. It's Great Knot. That's a Birkett. We're going round below the bottom of that. We're not going up it today because we've both been up there already. And then behind us there is Browney Gill. Goes up there, look. Right. So we're on our way up here to that col up there. So on we go. So look at the views already. I'm just showing you that's Great Knot. The crinkles are starting to clear. Wrynose Fell keeps coming and going. And that's the band and the Langdale Pikes. I know, it's brilliant. Right, on we go. So we've arrived at the col between Pike and Blisco that way, Cold Pike that way, and when we come down we're going to skirt round above Red Tarn and up that way to Pike and Blisco. Now then, got to get across here. Yeah. Wait, let's see. We're over. so we've still got to climb a bit more until we get like to another col between Great Knot and Cold Pike, and then that's when we branch off over towards Stonesty Pike. Right, so we're gonna stop just up here for a coffee and a chew. So we've had our coffee and chew. That's looking over Red Tarn, so we're coming down from Cold Pike, other side of that, through what's called Red Tarn Moss, and I've been over that area before, and it's wet, and especially after all the rain we've had recently, so that could be a bit tricky coming down there. So then we'll be going up there to Pike of Blisco, and then back down to kind of side Pike, back to the car. Look at this view over there to the Langdales. Oh, it's absolutely stunning, isn't it? So onwards to this col below Great Knot. Well, just look at that view down there. There's worse views, isn't there? And you can see our path that we've coming all the way up here. Look at Charlie. Right, onwards up here. So behind me there is Cold Pike. I'm just wondering if that little knobble there right above my head now, I wonder if that's the west top that we'll be going over. I think it could be. Somebody on the way up to Cold Pike there now. Yeah, on our way up to the col below Great Knot. Well, we branch off pretty much at the bottom of the first crinkle. Right, we'll get ourselves up there. Alright, so here we are at the bottom of Crinkle Crags. We're not going up there, we're going over there. I don't know what it's going to be like. It looks a little damp, and I certainly think it's going to be pathless, isn't it? Right, we'll get over there and see what happens. Well, so here we are on Stonesty Pike, and you can see behind us there the Scafells, the cloud on the top, and we've got the place to ourselves now. Nobody else around here, everybody else has gone up Crinkles. So yeah, next one for us is Long Stand, I think it's called, and then over to Cold Fell. Right, glorious day. Right, we'll get on over there. So we've just wandered over to this lower top for a view. Oh, and it's stunning, isn't it? Look at that. That's Ascendale and Great Moss there. Like I said, Scafells in the clag. What's that waterfall called there? I can't remember its name. I'll stick it on when I get home and look at the map. And then if we come right round this way, that's looking down towards the bottom of Hard Knot Pass. Right, so I think that might be our next objective over there, not quite sure. Right, we're going up this way anyway. So we've dropped down off Stonesty Pike, and now we're going to make our way up to Long Stand. And I'm surprised there's quite a, well, you can make out there's a path. I didn't think there'd be anything at all. I thought we'd be off piste in a bogfest, but no, there's a bit of a path to follow. So we'll follow it. Here we are at the top of Little Stand. I think I called it Long Stand before, didn't I? Look over there to the Scafells. They're starting to clear a bit now, aren't they? And then the Crinkles there. Oh, this is glorious. See right over to the... Hang on then. I'm going to put you on other camera and give you a quick spin round so you can see. So that's looking over to the Crinkles. And then the Scafells. And then you can see right over to the Irish Sea. And now then that tarn there, I can't remember its name, it's not Burnmoor, is it? Oh, actually that might be Devoke Water. Wouldn't that be Devoke Water on Birkett Fell? Could be, couldn't it? and that's Heart of Fell. And then you see right over to Dudden Estuary, and if we come back round this way, there's Dow Crag there. A bit Old Man of Coniston in the far distance, and Brim Fell. And this could be, oh, that'd be Wetside Edge, is it going up there? And that'd be Wetherlam, I think. And then looking down to Windermere. And then right round to Fairfield and Helvellyn. And then the Langdales. Right, so we're going to retrace our steps a little bit and then contour around the head of the valley and over to Cold Pike. So we're going to drop down off here and have our lunch first. So we'll see you in a bit. Oh, we just stopped for our lunch there, and oh, it's absolutely stunning. I mean, that view over there to the Scafells and up there to the Crinkles, and we've got the place to ourselves. It's just absolutely glorious. So we're going to retrace our steps a bit and then head off down there and like contour around the head of the valley and over to Cold Pike. And I'm surprised at there being a path here as well. I think when we head off over towards over towards Cold Pike, that might be pathless. Oh, I don't know, having said that, I think I can see a bit of a path in front of us down there. Right, down we go. So we're dropping down this little valley. I was going to say it's got a bit pathless, but we're back on it again here. And look at this view over there. That's looking up like Wetside Edge, up towards, now it's the first, it's Swirl How or Great Cars, isn't it? And there's Wetherlam. I think you can just make out Brim Fell over there as well. And then, oh, let's have a look. Right round here, that's where we're going next. Cold Fell. And then over to, where is it? That way. And over to Pike Blisco. And the place to ourselves again. It's glorious. You can see the path. Ooh, see the path that we came up on over there, heading up towards the Crinkles, and there's a few people on that. We've got the place to ourselves here, and it's stunning. On we go. So that's Cold Pike far west top. See behind me over there is West Top, and then I don't know if I'm pointing right place or not, but there's West Top and Cold Pike itself over there. This is glorious, and the peace and quiet, and I'm surprised there's a path. I mean, looking back down where we've just come from, that hillside, you can see there's quite a distinct path all the way down. Right, we'll get over there, and I think when we get down to or up to Pike Blisco, might start finding a few people up there. Right, down we go. So Cold Pike West Top done, and it's got pathless, but I mean it's easy going. It's short grass. It's not boggy. It's all right. Is this? Yeah. Like I said earlier, I thought, since we left the main path at bottom at Crinkles, I thought it'd be a pathless bogfest pretty much all the way getting back to bottom of Pike Blisco. I'm still not looking forward to getting over Red Tarn Moss though. That could be tricky. Right, there doesn't seem to be any paths around here now, so we'll pick a route to I keep calling it Cold Fell, to Cold Pike, which is just there. So we've been going 4.5 hours and we've done 7 miles and we've done our first Wainwright. And there, over the other side of the valley, is our second one. So, I don't know whether to... No. I'm going to try going down this way and take on Red Tarn Moss. See what that's like, and then down to that cross pass where we came up earlier, and then up to Pike Blisco from there. But I mean, look at the views. You can see right over to Northern Fells there, Skidder and Blencathra. Crinkles and Bow Fell are clear now. Over behind me, hang on, let's go right round. That's where we've just come from, we've seen there. And over there is Grey Friar, Wet Side Edge, going up to Swirl Hound, Great Cars, and then Brim Fell, and then Wetherlam. Right, we're going to get down here and see what Red Tarn Moss is like. So we'll see you in a bit. So we're making our way down off Cold Pike, and it's turned into an absolutely stunning day. I mean, just look at the views of the Coniston Fells over there. I mean, we had the Langdales to start the day. Then at lunch we had the Scafells, and now we've got Coniston Range. What a stunning day! Absolutely magnificent. I might not be saying that when I get down to Red Tarn Moss, though. So we'll reserve judgment until we get down there. Right, down we go. So here we are in Red Tarn Moss. It's actually not that bad. And look at the view still. I mean, we've dropped right down off the top, so that view up to Bow Fell is still stunning, isn't it? Right, onwards round Red Tarn. Charlie, this way, fella. So that's Pike Blisco done. Didn't hang around up there. It was being summit hogged, but the views, I mean, just look. Just look. Back to the Langdales, well, right over to Helvellyn and Fairfield and all that. And then right down to Windermere that way. Yeah, beautiful. One of them days when you don't want to get back to the car. Right, anyway, we must, so down we go. From what I recall, this path now is a bit of a slog. We've got the views to keep us company there, haven't we? But yeah, it's just a bit tedious from what I recall is this track now. Right, we'll see you down there somewhere. So you can see what we've got in store now, all the way down there. I'll just see if I can zoom in on the cart, which is up right in the middle there now. So we've got all the way down there to go. Oh, lovely. I said it's a bit of a slog, this path, isn't it? Oof. Right, down we go. I know one thing for views. Oh, I nearly went flying then. For views, this walk's going to take some beating. I mean, the Langdale's on the way up and down. Scafells range for lunch. And then Coniston Fells as we're coming over Cold Pike. That's been stunning. But this path is a slog. I'll be glad when we get down. Oh, down we go. Well, I'm glad the gradient has eased off now. I mean, even coming downhill, that bit there. Oh, my thighs are like jelly now. I was expecting, I knew this path was a bit, like I said, a bit of a slog coming down here. So what we're going to do is get to the road and then just down the road to Old Dungeon Ghyll, where we were intending to start from, and just through the fields the way we came up this morning back to the car. Oh, it's nice and quiet. I mean, there is a stream of people coming back down there, but not interfering with us. Hang on, more views. Look at that up Mickleden, Bow Fell just above the tops of these trees. Langdale pikes and side pike there. I tell you what, I'm looking forward to a beer. Right, downwards. Right, so I'm going to sign off while we've still got some views and while my camera's still going. Phone's about to die. Has been threatening to for a while. So no, it's been brilliant. We've had a great day. I mean, the route from Crinkle Crags over the Birketts and back to Cold Pike. I mean, it's path. There's a path all the way along. It's vague, but there is a path to follow all the way along. So you're not bog hopping off piece route like that. And the views, absolutely stunning. So if you fancy somewhere quiet with views, well, you could go up that way, and instead of going over Pike of Blisco, you could just drop down from Red Tarn back down the way we went up. That'd be a great walk, and it'd be lovely and quiet, and like I say, the views stunning. Right, so yeah, brilliant day. Hope you've enjoyed it as well. Hopefully see you on the next one. Troll.